As always, we begin with our breath, as we simply bring our awareness, our focus to our breath, which leads us inwards, draws us into our center, and renews our connection to our physical body. Through this experience, our higher chakras open more widely as we receive from above more and more of the light of the divine flowing through. As we breathe with our focus, we also inhale not only the air that we breathe, but the light and love of Spirit constantly being sent to this planet, which we absorb into every cell of our body through our awareness of the breath. We find we come into a calmer place. We move away from the busy mind into the quiet space within, focused upon our heart space. We come more into resonance with the energies that are here for us, and we move into our central column, our core, our heart, as the Arcturians surround our circle in their blue light, surrounding each one of us in a column of blue light. We simply breathe, for there is nothing to do here as we move into that place of non-doing, of surrender, where all is received by grace. We cannot get it, we cannot do it, we cannot go out to receive it, but we receive it by moving ever more deeply within, for it is within the depths of your beingness, the depths of your high heart, that all opens before you, without words, without description, the purity of your beingness. We are each receiving a shower of Arcturian light over our aura. This shower of light is a cleansing and clearing energy, as the Arcturians clear our aura for us of old stagnant energies, negative energies, and all that lies within the aura that we are prepared to release. As this takes place for us, we find ourselves feeling clearer and lighter as they bring through from below an upward energy, gently raising our aura into a higher frequency of light. So we rest a few moments as this takes place for us. As you become more in resonance with the frequency that is here for us, so you become more aware of the Arcturian presence. Feel how their energy throughout our circle is both comforting and loving as we feel safe. Safe enough to let down our barriers, our shields around our heart, and to continue to breathe into our heart space, allowing our hearts to soften from within, to become gentle and delicate, fine and sensitive. As the energies become stronger, you may well feel a pressure in your body, and this pressure rising into your heads. For much is being rearranged in your system, and as the light grows stronger, so you find it more difficult to hold. As you relax more deeply, so the flow of the divine passes more freely, and let us feel this energy moving downwards through our bodies, through our Earth Star chakra, and into the earth. Here, our own light grid flows into the Earth's grid of light. And from here, we go further down into Gaia's crystalline core, as we connect to her heart and soul. As this connection is made, so her energy rises upwards, entering into our circle, entering into you, as her energy rises through our aura, through our central column, connecting into our hearts and moving further up. It joins in our headspace with our higher chakras and higher centers within the head. It flows upwards through the crown, to meet with our soul star chakra and beyond the stellar gateway above, opening us up to our galactic consciousness, which is also flowing downwards, down through our crowns, high above is our monad, our oversoul in the great central sun. And your oversoul is connecting, sending down its ray of light through your higher chakras above your head. Your soul star receives this, and it enters into your crown in a geometry of light, illuminating your headspace in its light as we allow the activations it brings to take place. You may become aware of certain places in your headspace which are receiving this energy of your oversoul, the light of your soul star with it. And let us move down now as we bring these geometries of light down through our throat, and into our high heart. Here you experience the Christed light of your oversoul. It is, of course, without words, without description. It simply is as you begin to experience the brilliant light now anchoring within. Your light body now surrounds you In its geometry is the brilliant light. You begin to sense, to feel within your heart space a brilliant diamond white light surrounded by brilliant golden light, radiating outwards, filling your aura. And the energies move down through your body, through your chakras, and into the earth. And you find a violet light and pink light is also moving through and rising from below. Let us rest for a moment in these energies as they work with us and through us. For Mother Earth, beloved Gaia, is receiving all that you receive, and through the love energy is returning all back to us. You find in these higher frequencies, this higher state of being, there is no fear here, and you are free to be in the love that you are, returning to the being of love and light as you affirm, I am. And this energy of heightened state of awareness fills our circle as each one is supported and receives in an amplified form these energies that flow through our hearts, that flow around our circle. And we simply allow all to take place. No effort to be made, but a letting go. So much light radiates from your body out through your aura and moving through the world. You may see in your vision the new earth which these energies bring as they flow through you and outwards. For we are the bringers of the new earth. We see the purity of experience and the blocks within that come from our human mind, the ego mind, holding on to old thought patterns. If you wish to change them to higher thoughts, higher feelings, and release the old. Ask now, and the Arcturians will work with you to clear your subconscious and to open your minds to a higher perception of reality, no longer bound by the old. You may find you being repeating the same story to yourself with regard to particular issues all your life, and it is now time to change, to shift your beliefs, your attitudes, your perception into new beginnings. You may find you do not necessarily know what they are, but trust that you are being assisted in your subconscious, your conscious, and your superconscious, as all levels of self are worked with simultaneously. This will be of great assistance to the physical body's healing, as negative thought patterns producing negative emotions are released to be replaced with positive, loving thoughts and a new view on yourself and your reality. We begin to remember how all that befalls us has been created by ourselves before our incarnation. All for our own growth and evolution, as we let go of our issues, overcome our weaknesses, that we can become strong within to hold our I am presence and to remain centered, holding our center alignment through the most difficult challenges. The energies that we receive will become increasingly stronger. As it becomes more difficult, holding one's inner alignment, remaining in balance, keeping your grounding to the earth becomes more important. And through our solar plexus, as we surrender increasingly our will, the ego will, to divine will, the will of the self, aligned to the will of the Creator. So we find the strength we need through difficult times. And we feel within, during our meditations, the huge support and energies that we are receiving, that are constantly available to us when we make the call. Both provides the strength needed within and leads us forward on our path of ascension. As you feel these energies flowing through and flowing into the earth, as you move more deeply within, as the flow of light love becomes stronger, you find a much more expanded consciousness within, as it flows outwards and upwards into the galaxy. Your galactic consciousness, connecting to our sun, the consciousness, the soul of our sun, and we receive through our third eye and into our being the sun's rays Christed light, entering into our being as we open to it, heart to heart, soul to soul, through our consciousness. And we receive from so many star beings, our star family, and all is given with the unconditional love as you let go of effort and simply allow yourselves to receive. The Divine Mother energy brings comfort and softness, helping you to feel safe upon this earth plane. Trust comes from your heart as you accept all that comes your way. Getting to know the purpose behind it for your growth, your evolution, your ascension. So let us take a little time to allow the divine love to simply flow as it is absorbed into our energy fields, into our bodies, our beingness, and our hearts. judgments to fall away as you move away throughout your days from your ego mind into your heart space. As the heart accepts all without judgment, acceptance leads to forgiveness, and forgiveness and acceptance leads to true self-love and compassion, full embodiment of the Christ within. See yourselves as the divine being of love and light that you are, and the gifts that you bring to this world. It could not be done without you. And know that you are each valued and loved for what you bring to this earth. And your Christ itself begins to blossom within you. Its return, its restoration, the resurrection of the Christ within. Know that this is stronger than the resistance. So feel your presence within your body, within your core, balanced and aligned to a higher reality, to a larger part of who you truly are. Your light travelling down to Gaia's core, as you ground to Gaia, heart to heart, soul to soul. And when you feel ready, begin to open your eyes.